Hey everybody, welcome back. We've been doing really well. Sorry we had a frame rate dip there, and it also frame rate dipped my brain, apparently. We've been doing really well on our Ascension modes lately. I'm not doing Ascension mode because I want to skip dailies. It's entirely has nothing to do with the fact that I'm building a backlog because I'm going to be away for a week. Right, Ruka? 666, the number of the feast, let's hope. We're going to try to get to 7. Let's think. Upgrade. 100 gold. Worst case scenario, it's 100 gold. Lose all gold, so lose 100 gold. You would transform a strike and a defend. It's a bit of a risky situation. Or lose burning blood, but obtain a boss relic. The heal is really valuable for giving us an ability to get ourselves out of losing HP because we don't heal between boss fights as much anymore. I think I will lose 99 gold to transform a strike and a strike. Because losing a defend is not... I'm okay with this, is basically where I'm getting at. We're going to hit combat. I'm still pleased to have 6 HP per combat coming back to us. That's where I'm at. It means we can take a hit here and not worry about it whatsoever, which is actually exactly what I'm going to do in order to be able to, for sure, kill you next time. Easy money. This is an important choice. I choose Combust. But it's not a choice I make easily. I can kill one of you. I will kill one of you. That killed you instantly. Life is great. We're still going to take 8 damage and kill you next turn. But dude, this is, again, this is why we're happy to have Burning Blood for these exact situations. I'm going to skip. Infernal Blade is really, really good when it gets upgraded. Maybe it's not our original choice. Here's what we do. Kill you, play defend. We take 3, but we heal regardless. We have to take a more meta approach, I think. What we also want is something to work with Entrench. Right now, in fact, I think that's got to be our first choice to upgrade. Clash is oh so tempting. For now, I'm going to skip, though. I'm not willing to fight 2 elites. I think one of the things that's been sensible for us... I mean, just to be straight up with you, I don't really want to do this, but sure, I will take 4 damage and hit you with one of those. No, Ruka, you can't go there. One of the things that's worked well for us, I think, is being slightly more conservative in the way that we choose to approach these runs. I think it's worked out relatively sensibly for us. Now, by the way, you might notice I took Combust. I felt uncompelled. This is unfortunate. I'm gonna pop it. I felt uncompelled to ever use it. That's a pretty bad sign. That's a sign of a card we probably shouldn't have taken. But just slow your roll. I will. Some cards don't pop until they're upgraded. Entrench is one of those. The upgraded version of Entrench... I was just about to check, but... The upgraded version of Entrench costs 1, which changes everything. It costing 2 literally makes it horrible right now. There's nothing... Yes, you may leave the room. There's nothing we can play that makes any sense with Combust. Or sorry, not with Combust, with Entrench. We play 1 block, double it for 2. We have 10 block. A defend would do exactly the same thing. I'll take a pommel. Okay, what happens next? We smith. We try to upgrade Entrench. Costs less. Okay, now we also want to get a barricade. That's a big enabler for this sort of deck, but... Dreamcatcher is trash. I'm skeptical so far, but things can change. 26 damage turn 1, not terrible, but a bash is better. I think you go for the bash. You go for the bash, you pass the turn. Then next turn we start being able to do more damage. We like a Searing Blow. We like a Hemokinesis. It's pretty good. And now we just go to town. Pommel? Unlikely. We're just going to smack you. Right now is when we're at our strongest, so I'm happy to do it. And it's unfortunate. So we're going to be low on HP, but I kind of always expect to be low on HP when I'm going up against the Lagavulin. Unless you can kill him with some kind of crazy combo or you've got the most incredible block you could ever ask for. Oftentimes this ends up happening. Flame Barrier is extremely great. It works with Entrench. I got no problems here. I think we have to rest. You know what? Could we build... We could build a Perfected Strike deck. We gotta remember, we're not in Mind Blast territory anymore. Those were the days. Those are no longer the days. I could go for Searing Blow as well, but really this transformation I was not super happy to see, if I'm being honest. I would prefer to not have to rest again, because the upgrades are just, like, so valuable. Perfected will kill you. I think we take Combust. First floor, it's going to be a little spotty. You know, we're getting so close to the end of it, you can already tell. This one doesn't necessarily reek of the kind of run that could win. But it's still early. It is still very, very early. No, we couldn't have taken you out, but we might have been able to get close. But this one, it looks punishing so far. Blood Vial's nice. Battle Trance is pretty great. I think we rest. We do the same thing we basically tried to do just there. Sure, Intimidate's also good. We're going to fight this guy. And we have no choice here. We got to go hard right out of the gate. We'll Bash, Strike, Hemokinesis. It's a great start. He's about half dead. Combust is not necessarily necessary here. I'll take 8. That doesn't bother me at all. You're dead next turn. This is a much better elite fight. And Pen Nib is basically just fine. We'll take a Carnage. Carnage has been pretty good to us. I don't really want to go to a shop. Let's hit a question mark and hope for the best. Remove a card from the deck. I'm going to ask you to take a basic defend because the strikes are necessary for our perfect strike build. Perfected strike. I'm going to rest. I don't like doing it, but I know we're not able to rest after. Give me a Shrug It Off. Battle Trance also good. Okay. I feel better now. It took some time, but I do feel better now. Okay, we get one free turn. Pommel. Hemo. Strike. Next turn we can split you. Absolutely. Man, I would love to bash Carnage. We're gonna have to Combust. It's still 5 free damage, which is actually closer to 10 free damage, but not exactly what we were looking for. Thank you for the flower here. So we'll bash. Perfected. Combust, I think I was giving it a bad rap. We didn't find ourselves in the right kind of situations to make it pop. Now it feels like it's popping. I will Flame Barrier Entrench. It does pain me to do so, but I know we're doing 5 damage to all enemies. Anyway, the one enemy that hits us is going to take 8 damage. You're the big problem now. I can hit you for 6 plus I can hit you for 15. It's not enough. Maybe it is enough, actually, because of Pen Nib. Turns out, everything is extremely coming up Millhouse. So this 100% worked out so much better than my wildest dreams. I expected this to be a much tougher fight. What do we like? That's a tough one. It's kind of Barricade. And then energy? No energy. You know what comes next. We have a lot of 2-cost cards. It's Snack OI. It's going to be one of those runs. Don't cry because it's over. Smile because it happened. There's a chance this one could actually pop. We want expensive cards. I mean, just look on the bright side. We could end up getting free barricades. A free barricade is actually good. Now, Entrench might... Oh, there's our free barricade. Entrench might end up costing 1,000. But it is what it is. Hey, there you go. Alright, so that's pretty much exactly what we're looking for. Alright, so the run has been... It's in an interesting place. Let's just leave it at that. We want expensive cards. Those cards are not expensive enough. I really, really think we go Gurya. Even though I love Bag of Preparation. There's a big cost. Uh-oh. Oh, dude, I love Ritual Dagger. Although... I really do. It's probably going to end up being expensive, but I think it's really fun, so I'm going to give it a shot at least. What do we like turn 1? Well, we like a defend. We like draw to see if we get barricade on the cheap. We didn't. So what do we do instead? We attack. We attack. Put a combust out there just in case. For our future, it's beneficial. What comes next? Now, you should know this already. It's pretty bad. The big problem with we should have played Searing probably instead of Bash, but the big problem with a Snack OI run is you can get just variance that totally ruins your run. Sincerely ruins your run. We don't quite have enough block. Can I kill you? Yes. So it's irrelevant. If you get a bunch of very expensive cards in your hand, you're just done. Is really what it comes down to. I'm gonna Gambler's Brew everything. This is a lot better. Pen Nib. Yeah, sure. Now we'd actually be, like, totally stoked if Ritual Dagger came back. We could still get there. We start here. Starting to regret that one a little, but you're still probably dead. Ritual Dagger? No Ritual Dagger. Come on, that's insulting. We're starting to build something beautiful, though. I don't want to ignore all these cards. Some of these cards have great effects. Unfortunately, they also have the disservice of being a little bit cheap. And I'm a high-class sort of guy in this game right now. I'm looking for cards with some extreme degree of expense wherever possible. Battle Trance is just too expensive. This is we can only play 2 cards. And I think Searing Blow and Hemokinesis are the cards, but I'm gonna Battle Trance, and it was an abject failure. But the thinking was that if Battle Trance draws a 1, 2, or 0 energy card, it was all worth it. It did not work out that way. Which is hilarious and very sad. Either way, HP's low, but look on the bright side. Ritual Dagger did something. I'm mad. I'm mad that we're going to take another 2 HP. But we are getting a relic after this. And it's Shovel, which unfortunately... It's not terrible, but it is destructive with... Please, God. Just a 2-cost card is what I ask of you. It's destructive with Gurya, which is probably what we're going to focus on first. 9 damage, huh? Well, if there was anything I could do about that, I'd like to, but can't be done. So, instead, probably Carnage on this guy for... Well, let's... Yeah, no, it's either Carnage for 20 or Pommel for 9 and hope for good draw. I'm going to Pommel for 9 and hope for good draw. Fair, okay? I'll do what I... 10 damage per turn for 1 HP loss is fine. Annoying, but fine in the end. I don't really want to Ritual Dagger, but I will for damage, even though it's not going to get the effect itself, which we might be able to make more plausible, basically simply based on the fact that... Ooh, I like that. Just in case. Simply based on the fact that our deck is so small right now, it might work either way, but... Okay, 9 damage. That's free, which is amazing. That's free, which is even more amazing. Our HP is not as bad as it looks, even though mathematically that's a sentence that does not make any sense. Rupture with Hemokinesis is great, but I feel like I'm like an insane person right now. Whoops. As I try to encounter this situation, we want to duplicate an expensive great card. Barricade is just about the worst option. Perfected is probably the ideal choice right now. I feel like I'm insane because I'm waiting for all these cards that are expensive, and apparently they do not exist, and I imagined them. I don't really want to waste Hemokinesis on you. I can't hit you 3 times. That's what it comes down to. So I'll hit you once with this. Oh, we can't draw because of Battle Trance, and I am a fool. Okay, we'll do it like this then. Fair enough. You got your way. I'm hitting you for 5 regardless. I'm not too mad. Oh, wait, that's a dream come true. I didn't even need to worry about you at all. 12. Get intimidated. Oh, this is a perfect situation. Bashed. Struck. Oof. 39 damage. I'd still rather... Well, we're not going to get away with taking no damage. So we'll do it like that. This run still has a shot. As Ritual Dagger gets a little bit stronger. I would not describe it as a great shot, but it has a shot nonetheless. You know you're going to strike. You know you're going to weaken. This is the hard part, because you're like, well, if you defend... I really do think you do it like this. I think you take the speed potion, you defend and entrench. We take no damage. We get to play no damage. I'll stand by that. I think that decision makes sense. What would you play here? I think you play Battle Trance and hope for the best. I think it worked out as well. I'm content losing 1 HP to deal 5. It's not always going to be the right circumstance, but I feel like it's still working out okay. Perfected is obviously the right choice. Free defends are just amazingly good. And sure, we'll entrench, go to 48. As far as block goes, happy man. Trying to save the Ritual Dagger if possible. No promises. I don't really like playing that. Don't get it twisted. Should have thought that one through a little bit more. We're taking no damage, though. We'd like to get a kill on this turn. If possible. 19, so that'll kill you. We'd like to get a kill with Ritual Dagger, but we can't afford to take the chance that we won't draw it. We lost the HP thanks to Combusted. That's okay. Jeez Louise, dude. There are no cards that cost more than 1, apparently. I will take Jax, because I'm desperate. Pummel works now. Because of our strength up, potentially, Pummel works. But, we're still in dangerous territory. Well, 24 damage, sure, let's do it. See ya, Jax. I'm happy to be alive, but also cognizant of the fact that we're not alive by a whole heck of a lot. Well, why not, I suppose. This has gone okay. So far. Yes. Yes. I'd like to play it. I really would. Will we get the chance? Yeah. Yeah, we'll take 8 to play Barricade. Well, we'll take 3 to play Barricade. Totally fine with that. Now you're dealing 24 damage. I would prefer if you didn't, but I understand you're, if it kills an enemy, so we could enable it here, but it's kind of costly, you know? So give me the weakness. Appreciate that to at least get rid of the artifact. We literally can only play a single defend. That's a trash turn, and you know a game. You're doing me dirty. People are going to start to think that there's something suspicious going on here, and I'm not necessarily disagreeing with them. Pen Nib. You could Pen Nib Hemokinesis. I think you go into... And I'm so happy with the way that this worked out. I think. 58 damage. Now we're getting into some business. You shrug and hope for the best, or you play Flame Barrier and you try to ride it out in the future. You got 6 HP. Well, we're hoping that this is going to be a heck of a turn. I was hoping for a cheap bash. Hemokinesis all of a sudden starts to... gets a little dangerous. Can't really play it because of Combust. Okay, this is where things get extremely... We're gonna die. Yes, we will not survive this one. Unless... oh my god. Can we survive it? 9 HP short. Oh, you know what? We'll just start over. We're only 22 minutes in. Who cares, right? I don't have a life to lead. We're going Ironclad Ascension. I really thought we had something going there. Give me a random rare card this time. Oh, wait. 250 gold for a random curse is kind of tempting. Give me a random rare card. Dude, I love Immolate. I think this card is highly great. I'm so happy to see it. Yeah, I know it gives you a burn. It also does 21 damage to all enemies. Are you aware of the kind of power that means? Tomo, you may exit. Fair enough. What do we like? You know what? This time I will take Infernal Blade. It's a great target for an upgrade. That's why you take Immolate. Very happy to see it. Nothing else here tickles my fancy just yet. Just yet. Things may change in the future. What do you like here? We're taking 7. I think you do that. It's just so satisfying. Sure, we're not going to heal the max. So what? 1 shy. Who cares? I really, really like Feel No Pain. I'm taking it safe in the knowledge... Nobody understands more than me that this card is absolutely dead for right now. It's trash. Check this. That's the play. Beautiful. Should have looked for a heat. I guess it doesn't matter. Should have looked for feed. When we get exhaustible cards, we're going to love what we got going on there. Singing Bowl this early. It's a first shop and it's totally accidental that we even found. This is where Immolate shines, by the way. It's exactly what you do right there. And then you just make sure kill these guys next turn. Headbutt and bringing back Immolate is our dream for this run. Okay. To be honest with you, not that pleased, but we'll play it nonetheless. Immolate, no burn, please. Immolate, no burn. No immolate. But the turn plays itself. I actually think we've got a great shot here. I think immolate is sneakily one of the most underrated cards in the game. The longer a fight goes on, the worse it is, without a doubt. But the power of immolate is so good. We need a headbutt. It's the absolute card we just literally asked for. How do you make it work? Extremely easily. You headbutt it back whenever possible, and you kill all enemies on the first floor in 2 turns. At worst. We wouldn't mind some more high-value blocks, if possible. We are slowly, like, siphoning HP away here. Singing Bowl will be helpful in that, though, to be fair. Okay, so we're going to start with some upgrades as well. Feel No Pain. We get exhaustible cards, sure. Infernal Blade for free is worth not resting right now, in my perspective. We can afford to fight an elite, I really believe so. Feel No Pain, Infernal Blade. Do we want to pummel? Absolutely not. We'd rather bash. We're going to have bash and immolate on the same turn. So highly offensive, I don't even want to bring it up. What do? You know he's waking up after this. You immolate, absolutely. You immolate strike. I would love to bash, but immolate is better. It just is. So you're going to hit me for 20. It's going to roll over some block. We're going to hit you for 21. How does that strike you, buddy? Well, it strikes me like we're a little bit lower on HP than I'd like to be. Can I kill you? It depends what we draw. 12. We cannot kill you. So we'll do it like this. We're going to take another 12 damage. Scary. Old Coin is really good. Shrug It Off is essential. We have another elite fight. Oh my god, and another fight in advance as well. Things are looking incredibly scary. I am frightened. I don't think that'll work. Think about this. Do I want the artifact? Yes. It's too dangerous to not take. The entanglement is just, it's too much. Intimidate's really good. It's definitely worth taking. This is where things are going to get a little spotty, but let's just hope for the best. You have to shrug. Okay. That's bad. Shouldn't have played that, probably. 16 damage, turn 1. Well, thank God Immolate exists. The better turn would have been Immolate Headbutt, but we don't have a choice, so. You're dead next turn, but we are also going to be on, like, 15 HP total. 14, my mistake. Just keep stacking up that max HP. That's oh my god. Please. All I ask is like these question marks be real question marks instead of these fake question marks I am besmirched by on a regular basis. It's alright. It's another opportunity to build HP as long as things don't get too bad. It's maybe a little bit too rich on those, but I'm willing to give it a chance. It's kind of the ideal card to draw. It's worth it. Mathematically, definitely worth it. Definitely not worth using a weakness potion on as well. You might think I'm disappointed by this. You would be absolutely correct. It's alright. Back. It takes too long to enable. So we're going to be at 51 for this boss fight. It's not that bad. It really isn't. The vulnerability is so insanely good that I want to stand up and cheer. Because you are going to split next turn. Do we want to split you? I really do think that that's in the cards. We can always use an explosion potion next turn. 18 damage. I'd prefer not to, but well, let's mitigate the process as much as possible. Frailty is always bad here, but Feel No Pain, Intimidate is some good stuff. At this point, I have to imagine I should start hitting you. Now, Immolates can start coming back around, but so can Burns, and that's indeed how it's started here. Well, this is kind of the moment of truth. We may actually run into more trouble than expected here. You're already weak. No offense. It's 1 damage. Don't worry too much. This is where things get real. Oh, no. Not as real as I'd like. And a headbutt? What do we want to bring back? Everything is terrible. Bring back a shrug, just in case, I suppose. Good use of the potion. Hit the 3-wheel motion. Necessary play. I do wish I had a little bit more to offer you, because you're splitting at a relatively high level of HP. That's the way the cookie crumbles. We had no other options there. I don't feel so good. Everything's falling apart. Stop attacking. Thank you so much. Headbutt. Immolate. Now they're both dead. It just took some time to get there. Well, they might not both be dead because Immolate's not going to do quite as much damage, but one of them is going to be dead. And the other one is going to be on the horizon of deadness. Alright, that basically sucked really badly. We like a Fiend Fire, because it exhausts burns on occasion. Ugh. Terrible? I think. Not that good. I may go Tiny House. What did you upgrade? Intimidate. Good choice. I don't think Tiny House is good, by the way. Quite the opposite. I think Tiny House is horrible. But did you know that it's cheaper than a regular house? Bet not. Big plays, big plays. Not a strong start, but anytime we exhaust a card, including our dazes, we're going to be happy. Yeah, Fiend Fire is actually pretty clutch here. We just don't... What we want is to end up with a hand that's just Fiend Fire and Immolate over and over. That's the dream come true. Excuse me. Fiend Fire exhausts as well? Is that new? Probably not. Can we make it not exhaust? What? We'll get 28 block. That's not really what I'm mad about. I'm just saying, it's like a little rude. Give me a handful of dazes. It's BS. The ghostly armor should have given me the block first from deprecating. Just saying. My personal opinion. I think we can make a case for True Grit right now. Even more so than the +2 HP. Which is looking increasingly relevant as time goes on. I think you absolutely... It's not the right enemy for us to be doing this. But I think an Immolate Headbutt is still a great choice. Now you have to think, actually, because Fiend Fire is also very good. We should have played the... Well, I don't know what we should have played first, actually, now that I think about it. Excuse me. Oh, we haven't played any Feel No Pains. So actually, that was the wrong play. Decidedly. There we go. We'll try that on for size. Poison's still messing me up. Well. Would be nice to do some more damage. Nothing, huh? It's gonna be slow going. And by slow going, I mean I'm actually kind of terrified for the way that this looks right now. Well, we're gonna take a hit, but we're not punching through the armor. I don't want to use the vulnerability potion, but that might be sensible. I mean, he's healing off of me. How long can the frailty last? It's never ends. Just give me Immolate. I'm begging you. I'm begging you. Just get... I can't do anything until I get... Oh my lord, we're caught. Mathematically, we're in like a... Life is... You know what we did? Now I know. We made a terrible mistake. We exhausted Immolate, which is one of our only damage dealers. So we had to use the potion, and we shouldn't have stalled. The longer we stalled, the harder we made it. At least we realized before the end, but that's really bad. What do we like? Honestly, Berserk. Pantograph. T-set. Sever Soul is also, it's like a dream come true, I think, as far as exhaust synergies go. But this is going to be tough. Life's going to be trouble for us for a little while. Should have drawn before we did that. What is this? Thunderclap? Sure, I'll take. Alright. We're sort of back. A dinosaur story. I don't care about exhausting a basic strike. You know, we got immolates, we got damage dealers. No feel, no pain, so we're taking damage there. But you know, we're trying. It's hard. It's a hard deck to work with right now. And I didn't realize this coming in. We're thankfully not dead. We're actually going to gain a decent chunk of block just from the dazes, which is extremely nice, but also like not at all what we're looking for, but it is working, but I'm very scared. And oh my god, that didn't even kill you. Our singing bowl is not going to keep us going forever. I do think we want the vulnerability though. I think it's beneficial to get jaxed in this situation. I don't feel like an adult when I say that sentence, but you get the idea. You guys are all just gonna start attacking immediately, huh? I see how it is. Well, let's take out the one dealing the most damage. Without self-forming clay, and I'm not being facetious, I think we would be dead. No, do not get 'em, boys. That's where you're wrong with the get 'em, boys sort of situation here. I have to. We're gonna take 11. Headbutt. Bring back that. I think we'll strike just to keep it in our deck, and then we'll hit you with the Fiend Fire. Just making our deck thin so Immolate and Thunderclap come around more frequently. Ooh, now that's interesting. You know what? Let's make Immolate even more popular than it already is. Let's also make our burns more popular than they are, but... Yeah, headbutt? Oh, there's nothing in our... Of course, of course. I don't know. I do feel like this run has like a latent victory just somewhere inside of it. It has a win waiting to pop out. I just don't know if we're there yet. Having to rest at all times is not really helping the situation. Kunai, we don't play too many 3-attack turns, but when we do, we'll be overjoyed. Okay, let me think this through. 7 damage for each exhausted card is not good enough. Ran my numbers wrong. No matter what happened there, that was worth it. And actually, this is worth it too, just for the block. That's free strength. Should have played it earlier. If we don't need to play Feel No Pain... No, we should. Yeah, this was correct. Don't you feel like when you're watching this, you're like, there's a Wombus, we just haven't hit the Wombus yet? Maybe the Wombus is just having as much HP as you could conceivably ever imagine having. So far, that seems to be one of the things that's working for us. Well... We've gone up like... Well, how much HP have we gone up? Not as much as I would like, actually. Now, Sever Soul is not going to work that well. I actually think you Sever Soul and then Thunderclap. Oh, not Thunderclap, sorry, Headbutt. At least it's free, but it is bad. It's gonna be hard to punch through 71 damage here. This is a start. This is your best damage. It has to be played. We're taking no damage. And as the deck thins itself out here, we start to get pretty happy, but... So we get to 16 block just by playing this. No, you get to 20 block just by playing this. I'm going for it. We take 2. Not a big deal. Slowly but surely. The numbers are working themselves out. We can't headbutt, shrug, and then draw what we want, because Sever Soul's too expensive. So you shrug? Nah. Headbutt, Sever Soul on the next turn, put up as much block as you conceivably can, and accept that this run has some limitations. Because it exhausts, I think it's worth taking now. But I'm nervous. I'm nervous about where this run looks like it's going. Mostly because it looks like it's going straight in the toilet. We're barely keeping pace with where we need to be. Like, we have to rest multiple times per floor. Constantly, really. Even that's not really keeping us up. So I'm starting, like, we're coming pretty close to the danger zone. Learning the rule of thumb pretty quick, and the rule of thumb is, like, it's always worth playing that. Fiendfire, that is. Could have been better, but I can live with it. You're probably dead next turn. Take 6. My God. Immolate, headbutt, we're good. Man, I really want to disarm on turn 1. I think we're done. I think we'll probably die here or on the boss. And, you know, I'm pretty amazing at this game if you have never seen me play before, so... My expectation there is that I'm probably correct. I would love to be wrong. I don't think I am, though. You are not vulnerable, unfortunately. It's looking like the boss is going to do it. That's the way I see it right now. We could have done this in such a better order. We're still taking no damage, but that's ignorant to assume that that's the only thing that matters here. Well... 6 damage would take you to 28, make you vulnerable. No, that won't let me kill you, so we have to do something like that. 13 damage. 13 and 17 won't do it. That won't do it either. We have to do this. I basically hate it, but on the bright side, we're taking no damage. And the slow play, I mean, even if it only saves us a little HP, you gotta do it. I don't think Reaper is negotiable. I don't think it's a good card. I think you gotta take it, though. Alright, buddy. Look, I'm not a big fan of this one either, my dude, but sun's getting real low. We gotta try. Feel no pain. It's a start, because then Infernal Blade works. I think you body slam. Sever Soul makes your deck better by taking a single defend out of it. We don't want to take all of our defends out of it, but sure, a single defend? Why not? Why not? We'll do this for block mostly, but the strength is not a negative. We're, by the way, not worried so much about perfect. This is a survival situation, unfortunately. Don't think we want to exhaust our hand. We just don't want to accidentally exhaust any of our great cards. Berserk is a necessity, unfortunately. Headbutt, what do you bring back? Sever Soul might be a better choice at this point. I don't see us living. Now that I'm looking, I'm like, an Execution, a Hyper Beam, something like that's going to dust us. We are able to put up block now that we exhaust a bunch of cards, but there's an inherent risk there as well. And if you don't see it, that's terrifying to me. Could exhaust all of the stuff in the deck that's actually meaningful. He's not quite in rollover territory, so he's going to do one more attack, which is bad, I think. Well, who dares wins, right, boys? Immolate, headbutt, immolate, strike. You're about to do 50 damage. We need to exhaust everything ever made. No, you're about to do 72 damage. Wow, that is substantially worse. We will be killed. Why was I even trying? I'm sorry, sir. I've interrupted you in the middle of your daily meditation of murdering noobs. I will be leaving now. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the episode in spite of my ineptitude. If you did, click the like button. Helps out a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. But for now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. See ya!